This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
Let's play Beat Migs.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. Hey. You're a loser.
It is time to beat Migs, and it's time to turn down for tequila.
Turn down for
What? Tequila. Oh. See right there, tequila.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Well, in the morning, get yourself a margarita.
Well, listen, I like anything at all that makes me not feel.
Oh, wow. Let's get to our contestant today. We've got Will in Edmonds. Will, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Will will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Will, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Please help.
What symbol shares a key with the number 1 on a standard computer keyboard?
An exclamation point.
Yes. Who voiced Vanellope von Schweetz in Wreck-It Ralph?
Pass.
Whose last book was Oh, the Places You'll Go?
Dr. Seuss.
Yes. Who directed the movies Annie Hall and Vicky Cristina Barcelona?
Pass.
Which planet is famous for its big red spot?
Mars. No. Jupiter.
Yes. On what streaming service can you watch Tidying Up with Marie Kondo?
Netflix.
Yes. In The Wizard of Oz, what was the lion in search of?
Courage.
Yes. What was the first country to formally recognize the independence of the United States?
Canada.
No.
France.
Yes. Which studio produced the Bee Movie?
Paramount.
No.
Pixar.
No.
Pass.
Which Soviet leader died in 1953 from a cerebral hemorrhage?
In 53.
Yeah.
Stalin.
Yes! 1, 2, 3,
Wow.
4, 5, 6, 7 correct.
I'm really happy with him getting that last answer.
Well, yeah, he got it in the nick of time right there.
Okay,
and
I feel like there's favoritism going on here.
favoritism. I thought you would be kind of happy about it too, Mr.
I
Debbie
am.
Downer, because you might get a song.
I am a little happy about that. Okay.
Okay.
You're right about that.
All right then. My goodness.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
good point. I should be happier about it.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
happy, man.
I'm
Do some
gonna try
jumping
it.
jacks or something. I
Do
don't know.
some jumping jacks to get happy. Then what have you been doing?
Not that.
Being miserable.
Yeah. Most of the time I'm miserable.
All right, fair enough.
Steve, are you ready?
You got a text earlier, and it just said, win for my birthday, Mig. So
Okay.
I'm going to try and win for that texter's birthday.
All right. Happy birthday, Texter.
Yes.
Well, good luck.
We're on a
Doing
first
this
name
for
basis.
you.
We're on a first name basis. I call him Tex.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday, Tex.
What symbol shares a key with the number 1 on a standard computer keyboard?
Exclamation point.
Yes. Who voiced Vanellope von Schweetz in Wreck-It Ralph?
Oh, I don't know. Winona Ryder.
No.
Tina Fey.
No.
What's her face? Amy Poehler.
No. Whose last book was All the Places You'll Go?
Dr. Seuss.
Yes. Who directed the movies Annie Hall and Vicky Cristina Barcelona?
Oh, that's Weird Woody Allen.
Yes.
That's his real first name.
Which planet is famous for its big red spot?
That would be Uranus.
No.
Wow.
That's a different spot.
Whoa.
Damn.
Jupiter?
Yes.
Nice.
On what streaming service can you watch Tidying Up with Marie Kondo?
Oh, worst show ever. Netflix.
Yes. In The Wizard of Oz, what was the lion in search of?
Heart.
No.
Courage.
Yes. What was the first country to formally
Mushrooms.
What was the first country to formally recognize the independence of the United States?
Which country?
Yeah.
I don't know. England?
No.
France.
Yes. 1,
Wow.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a tie.
Son of a-
I'm not even sure. Has England actually formally recognized us yet?
I know. The ones that we were
yeah.
fighting with might have
Yeah.
not have formally recognized
Oh,
it.
they know what's up.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. So it's a tie.
It is a tie.
Oh man, I almost got a song. What? You know what? Will, at least I don't have to hear one of Steve's songs.
Hey, that's a plus.
That is a plus. Thanks for playing, buddy.
Yep. There was 2 questions you didn't get to. Which studio produced the Bee Movie?
Pixar?
No.
DreamWorks.
Yes.
I
DreamWorks.
guess Danny knows his movies.
Yeah, of course he does.
All the important ones.
Yeah, the important ones. The Jerry Seinfeld Bee Movie is a very important movie.
Well, he knew it was DreamWorks.
And then there was the Soviet leader died in which Soviet leader died in 1953 from a cerebral hemorrhage?
Stalin.
Yes. You said Stalin, right?
Stalin.
Okay.
Stalin.
I was about to say Gorbachev, but he was the 80s.
Yeah, he was the 80s.
He had that thing on his head.
Yeah,
he did.
that weird birthmark.
He had the Jupiter birthmark.
Actually, the big red spot.
Big red spot. You're right.
The one that you both missed. Who voiced Vanellope von Schweetz in Wreck-It Ralph?
You know Vicky knows this.
Of course.
Sarah Silverman.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah.
She doesn't sound anything like herself.
Not at all. It was kind of weird realizing that.
Sarah Silverman is ridiculously talented.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Oh, Josh. Happy birthday, Josh. He just texted it.
Oh,
Happy birthday, Josh.
or as I like to call him, Tex. Happy birthday, Tex.
Tex. Well, congrats on your tie there.
Yeah, good job, Steve.
Yep, we did it for you.
Oh, you did? Oh, really great. Okay, well, we've got a new survey. 59% of Americans say they now get some sort of package delivered to their home every week. Boy, man, I mean, Amazon is what is that? Like 58% of those all those packages, really?
Dude, you're not kidding. I swear, since we've had our kid, I feel like we get a package every day from Amazon. I mean, it's not that much, but like there is sometimes we do go on a run where it feels like every day for like 5 or 6 days we're getting a package showing up in the mail. Because there's so many things. We're like, we should get that for Tatum. We feel like going to the store. We have to pack her in. You know what I mean? It's like a process.
Yeah.
Well, the best thing we ever did, and for a long time I was against Amazon Prime because I never ordered that much stuff to make it worth my time. Now, Amazon Prime's the greatest because that's what we use. It's like, we'll get it tomorrow.
Yep.
Also, Amazon Prime, if you're a Prime member, you get the programming as well, all the movies that they have that are free. It is so worth it. It's people can say whatever they want, but it is hard to disagree with the fact that you're not going to pay that much more, and for that money you pay every year for Prime, you get the shows you like, you get free delivery of everything pretty much.
Music as well.
Oh, yeah, forgot about the music.
Books.
You're right.
I think you get a couple books a month. I think it is. I don't know. I don't take advantage of those things because I'm always reading. But I hear it's cool.
Yeah. And, of course, with something as wonderful as that, you're also going to have the flip side, which, of course, is that 43% of people say they've had a package stolen by a porch pirate in the past year. Yeah. That's up 36%.
Those people are the worst. I mean, there's worse out there, obviously, but like it's just what a crappy thing to do to go on someone's porch, grab their stuff. You have no idea what they needed that thing for. You know what I mean? It's just like
I think it's got to be drugs.
Yeah,
they are smash and grabbers without smashing and grabbing.
I wish
grabbing.
all of them slipped down the steps and like bashed their head.
Yeah, 2/3 of people say that it's happened to them more than once. But 81% of the people say they have gotten refunds for their stolen package. That's and the value is about $136 average of what's been stolen. And I think that's a great move. If it's Amazon saying we'll give you a refund, really smart move on Amazon's part because the last thing they want is people to stop ordering online and getting deliveries.
Oh, for sure.
So
they're going to be making so much money off of that.
I think it's a brilliant idea to go, look, we'll take care of it. We're really sorry this happened to you, rather than go, well, hey, we delivered it. It's not our fault.
Do you think if it's become such an issue that it might get to the point where like they provide you an Amazon like delivery box outside of your house, like where it's like this, like almost like a safe, like a
like a portable locker, like they have the Amazon lockers,
right? Like something that like they you bolt down. and they open it with their code thing, with their little scanner, and then they put whatever the stuff is in that thing. I don't know if that ever is going to happen or if it already is.
They do have some I've seen at Costco where it's like they can lift it up, and I think there's a certain way they do it, but it's specifically made for delivery boxes.
Oh, nice.
I think they were like $60 once I saw them at Costco, but I haven't seen them again.
I can almost see it getting to the point where it's like, hey, for Amazon, you join Amazon Prime and you get a safe for free or something. You know what I mean? Like, you get that for as long as you keep the membership.
I think that's a great idea. Yeah, especially if it's a heavy thing. But I mean, imagine how heavy that's going to have to be so that they won't take that. I mean,
it'd have to be bolted down.
Yeah, exactly. So it's got to be bolted down or in some way, shape, or form, unbreakable.
Or they provide also then a little person to stand there and just like, on guard.
Tony Cox, they're going to get like Bad Santa's elf, and he's going to stand right there. All right,
a machete.
A little person with a machete. Okay.
I don't know why it has to be a little person. It could be Vicky.
I was going to say, I'm available for hire if you get me a machete.
Yeah.
That's still a little person. I mean, Vicky.
Only because they could be inside the box.
That would be great.
Would that freak somebody out?
A lot of you guys don't remember this, but it was one of the greatest scenes in the James Bond movie when Knick Knack jumped out of the suitcase at the end. That was the man with the golden gun. And, I mean, he opens up the suitcase, and Knick Knack jumps out and starts fighting James Bond. One of the greatest, you think he's fine. He survived all everybody had to fight all the bad guys, and then he's like, relaxing on the train, and Knick Knack jumps out of an overhead briefcase. Oh, that's still one of my favorite scenes ever. If you haven't seen it, look it up on YouTube. It's got to be there.
Oh, that's the only way I've seen it. I've only seen clips of that. I've never seen the movie, but I've seen that clip, and it's every time I see it, I still jump.
It is fantastic. Oh, it's the greatest. I think you're right. We just get a little person to basically be inside, and and then they jump out if somebody tries to take your boxes.
Well, they do that thing now where I see like you could have it like set up so that they have a code that they could open up your garage door and put the package inside your garage and then close the door again. I don't think I could do that. I think that's just opening yourself up for a potential disaster.
I'm picturing the day where, you know how they have the doggy doors with the leash that lets your pet in if they have the little Cody leash? I'm picturing like we're going to live in a world where we're going to have doggy doors, but for your packages. So they'll have a code or whatever, and they'll just slide the package into your house.
Oh, that scares me, though, because, I mean, people can hack stuff. I don't know if I like that.
Or what if you get the little person on the wrong side of the tracks, and then they're able to get inside the house?
Like me.
Yeah, I don't think the little person idea is going to come to fruition, so I don't think we have to worry about making that hack-proof, Steve.
Fair.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. There's a new survey that ranked the most important inventions of all time, and radio... Oh, we were close. We just missed the top 10. We're the number 11 most cool invention of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
Missed it by that much.
By that much.
That was better than us.
Stupid airplanes.
Oh, who needs those?
Yeah. Stupid anesthesia.
Who needs that?
Yeah. Stupid cars.
Listen to us. We'll put you to sleep, and then you can get your dental work done.
Yeah, exactly.
Dental work.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, we'll put you to sleep. That'll happen. That's pretty cool, though, man. I mean, we are the 11th most important invention of all time, which if you want to, I remember seeing the invention of it sort of chronicalized in Downton Abbey, the British show, because they had wireless for the first time, and they called it wireless, and it was really cool to see people's response to radio. They were like, "This is wrong. It's like you're taking the soul out of the person when you listen to them in this box." I mean, people did not have a good reaction to radio back in the day.
I never thought about what it would have been like to first experience that. Because, we've experienced some pretty cool technology in the last 20, 30 years of our time. But, I feel like everything before us set the tone for what was going to happen afterwards. It wasn't like all of a sudden we were just handed, this internet and been like, this is so weird. This information that's given to us through this machine because we had television.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was just the next step of technology, and to be a part of and witnessing the actual start of that technology would be weird.
Yeah, and my parents did witness the birth of television. Mm-hmm. They had never seen it before, and of course for me, I witnessed the birth of color TV.
See, I remember when CDs came out, and I was like, "This is insane." You mean I don't need to use vinyl or cassettes or 8-track was before my time.
Yeah,
but still knew okay, this is how we listen to music. So it wasn't that. It was crazy that you could have the music on something so small and thin. Remember, they were you could run over it. It's indestructible.
Yeah, that was
until people tried to destruct it, and they realized it's not indestructible.
Yeah, destructive. Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty cool, man. A lot of great inventions on here. I gave you a couple of them. I give you a couple more, but obviously, some that didn't make this top 10. Steam engine trains could have been on there.
Oh, sweet.
Cameras, the printing press. Oh yeah, definitely.
What about hot tubs?
Hot tubs, yeah, not the top one. The top one, I think a lot of things can't happen without the top one. You guys want to take a shot?
Sliced bread.
A lot of things can't happen without sliced bread.
Yeah, a lot of sandwiches.
Toilet paper.
Listen,
the wheel.
Vicky,
look, I understand. Hey, everyone's this is the greatest thing created ever since sliced bread.
You're right.
True.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why would they say that if it wasn't true?
Because it's not true. Well, granted, sliced bread was amazing too, because you remember people used to bake it and they had to cut it up. It was a bit of a chore. So to be able to walk into a store and just get bread that's already sliced was a big thing back then.
Individually wrapped cheese.
Individually wrapped cheese. Wow. Boy, you'd think that would have beat out helicopters and the boats and stuff, but no, it did not. Tractors and optical lenses. No, they did. No, it didn't do it. Optical lenses for a guy like me is huge. I will say that. That's one of the greatest inventions because I couldn't do anything without them.
Is the number one thing something boring like a light bulb?
Oh, you are so close. Light bulb was number 4, but the light bulb couldn't happen without this.
So boring.
Which is number 1.
Electricity?
Yeah, that's boring.
Sweet.
Bing, bing, bing.
Nice.
Yeah, which is why if you're a person that wants to be an electrician, we need electricity. Until we come out with some other power source that's totally reliable, I think electricians are always going to have jobs.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so that's the number 1 great invention, the most important invention of all time. That's true. We wouldn't have anything if not for electricity.
But that's not fun.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, I don't know.
The marvel of electricity is so boring.
Sorry, the hot tub wasn't the
hot tub should have been number 1.
You realize you couldn't have a hot tub without electricity. So, it really,
But electricity wouldn't be as awesome without a hot tub.
You could totally have a hot tub without electricity. Hello, fire.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you go ahead.
How are you going to do that, though?
You go ahead and do that, buddy.
You take a giant pot, you fill it with water, you put fire underneath it, and then you sit in it, and boom, you've got a hot tub.
Yeah,
it's more like now you're all of a sudden going to become stew.
Yeah, you're.
Well,
stew
different terms.
So you're going to have a fire and then put a giant tub above the fire and hope that it heats it up.
Yeah.
Looks like a witch's cauldron.
Yeah,
totally.
I don't know how that'll work, but you go ahead and try it.
That seems like a recipe for so much disaster.
It surely does. So, Rev, I'm all
350 for 4 hours.
Yeah, I'm all for your plan, as long as you're part of it.
Oh, great! It's the lukewarm topic of the day.
All right, Traeger, that's the greatest.
Oh, the
invention.
Traeger's the best. Yeah, for all you people that can't cook, you're right.
You're right.
Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, we've got this survey. It ranked electricity as the most important invention of all time. There's some other ones on the list we'll tell you about. Radio came in at number 11. Woo, we win. So
what do we win?
Well, listen, TV was number 6, so I guess we didn't beat TV.
Rude.
Sorry. But how about you? You may be like Steve and think, something more fun is the most important invention of all time. So what do you think is indeed the most important invention that's ever been created? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Steve in Edmond. Steve, you are on the Rock.
Hey, VJ.
Morning, Steve. What you got for us, buddy?
You remember, this is kind of like a 70s gig. I'm in my 60s now, but when the cameras first came out, you had to do that. You had to unroll it. You had to kind of do that little stick-em thing. But you remember the photo huts that used to be? They only lasted probably 10 years at the most. But then the box cameras. But being able to drop your film off and pick it up 3 days later, man, and get those pictures.
So, Steve, you and I agree that is an incredible thing for a bunch of photo bugs. But you don't think what lately has been done with digital photography is better?
Yeah, cameras now is just amazing. Yeah, that's far and above, definitely.
Because cameras didn't make the top 10, but they surely made the list of important inventions.
But I miss the old look of like when you took a picture with like one of those disposable cameras, just the way that it looked, the film, the quality. Like I have an app on my phone that does that, and I find myself liking the pictures of that, even though I'm using a higher quality cell phone picture thing. I'd much rather use that app. It's like Huji, Huji, and it makes everything look like the old school.
The old Polaroids?
No, not Polaroids, but like the disposable camera pictures.
Oh, really? And what is it you like about those pictures?
I just the warmth.
Oh.
Or maybe it's the nostalgia. Like, I'll take a picture
retro.
right here, boom, this whole crew right here. Think you're in it.
Okay.
Boom. And then it even puts the timestamp on it, which I think is awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, let me what it looks like.
Yeah.
Huh. All right.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, I see what you mean. It definitely looks different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of just brings me back to the old days, man.
Yeah. Look at you, man. Nicky Nostalgia. But then again, it could be COVID that just makes us. I wonder if you'd care about that if not for COVID, or do you think you would?
I cared about it before COVID.
Whoa.
I learned about this app from Superman.
What?
I don't know. The guy that dresses up as Superman, he just goes around the world and takes pictures.
I don't know that guy.
Yeah, I was on New Day Northwest with this completely side thing. His name's Jonathan Bell, and he just dresses as Superman and just cheers people up by just showing up in random places and taking pictures of himself.
That's cool. And he uses that app?
Yeah, that's what got me turned on to it. If the Man of Steel is willing to use it, I figured it's good enough for me.
All right, if it's good enough for the Kid of Krypton, why not?
But I love like that look.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to DJ in Tacoma. DJ, you are on the Rock.
Hey, how's it going, y'all?
Not too bad, buddy. So how about you? What do you think is the most important invention of all time?
All right, so I may have to convince you on this one, BJ, but it's not an actual physical thing. I just think that the domestication of animals, such as, horses and livestock and whatnot, I think that's a huge invention for everybody because without that, we wouldn't have a faster way for transportation like riding horses and stuff, and then, food as well. It wouldn't be as readily available as it is now.
Yeah, it doesn't qualify as an invention, but definitely, I don't know, would you call it an innovation, whatever you'd call it. You're right. You're absolutely right. The way we used animals to get our food and farm and transport ourselves, you're absolutely right. That was huge, that we somehow in our brain thought we could take a wild creature and actually ride on top of it or attach things to it, and it wouldn't just go insane and wreck everything.
And I've been trying to ride a squirrel forever, and it still hasn't happened.
I don't even know what to say about that. DJ, good call. I don't know. It doesn't quite qualify as an invention.
Is that more like a mindset or like an evolution?
A discovery?
Innovation is what I like to call it.
I like innovation, too.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Because arguably you could say irrigation falls under that. And then, in a way, isn't that an invention where they learned how to bring water where it wasn't to places where it was so that you
hell
could...
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's not... Is that an innovation or an invention? Because irrigation didn't even make the list, but that's like one of the older school things we did.
I like this one. My Roomba ain't got no time for that sweeping and vacuuming stuff.
Right? Like, seriously, that is one of the coolest things that we have in our house. Just a little robot that goes around and sweeps for us.
Yeah, my buddy Cooper's got a Roomba, and he's for the longest time I put Roombas with like the as seen on TV products. Like, okay, it's no different than like having a clapper. It's like it's like a novelty item until you meet someone that has a Roomba and like, no, actually this thing does great work.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I keep looking at it and thinking, man, do I want one of these? I don't have many hardwood. I don't have a lot of hardwood floor space, so I'm thinking I don't know if it's worth it or not. But then everybody who has a Roomba tells me how great it is.
Yeah, we have a lot of hardwood laminate, so it's perfect.
Yeah, I mean,
they could probably make a Roomba to look like a droid from Star Wars.
Oh, they do.
Of course they do.
Yeah, of course
sorry,
they do.
Steve.
Yeah,
you got beat to the punch on that one too.
Yeah.
Damn it.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Bill in Lake Stevens. Bill, you are on the Rock.
Good morning, BJ. Good morning, Steve. Let's go Kraken.
Hell yeah, go Crack go.
By the way, if one of our listeners doesn't come up with number 2, I am going to be disappointed.
Because number 2, I think, is obvious for our listeners as to why it was perhaps the most important invention of all time.
Oh, no pressure.
Yeah,
Bill.
I don't know if Phil's got it. Bill, what do you got?
Well, I had a problem with number 1, actually. I had a problem with it being electricity, the harnessing of electricity, and the electrical circuit, I think, should be up there as number 1 or an invention. Because without the electrical circuit being able to harness the power and put it where we want it, that, I think, was the more important invention. We wouldn't have lights. We wouldn't have motors. We wouldn't have transformers without that.
Well, that's on me, Bill, because actually number 1 does say electricity or technically harnessing electricity, and I didn't say that at first, but they absolutely agree with you. The harnessing of electricity and, like you said, the electrical circuit, that's what they're calling number 1. So you are right, sir. They've got your back.
Let's go with electrical motor then.
Electrical now you want to change it. First of all, you said it was number 1.
It's not good enough for him.
Wait, we're saying number 1, Bill.
Technically, the electrical motor is the circuit.
All right, listen, Bill, you're smarter than everybody on the show, so we're just going to go with this on that. I have no idea.
Bill, you win.
Yeah, you win, Bill. I don't even know what you're talking about. So Bill is probably he's the most important invention of all time.
How about this one? Maybe this is the right answer that you're thinking of.
Okay.
From Nathan, the electric guitar.
The electric guitar
is
not on any of these, the lists that I have in front of me. I don't know if they have a top 100 or top 200, but it's
I just thought because you said the number 2 is something our listeners should know, and an electric guitar for a rock station seems to make sense to me.
Oh, good call.
Right?
I should say the listeners that talk to us should know. Let's go to Matt Monroe and see if Matt can figure out number 2. A tongue was the most important invention. Yeah, until we had the tongue, until man created the tongue, it was tough. All right, Maddie, do you get my clue? The listeners who talk to us should pick this as the number because it's the number 2 most important invention.
This isn't a game. He's going to give his pick. And now you're trying to have him guess what you think it should be.
Well, he can say what he wants,
okay,
but I threw a little clue out there for people. Because you're not getting it. No one's getting it on the show, or maybe you are. You're trying to.
We got it.
Oh, you got it? You guys know? Yeah. Oh, look at Vicky Smarty. Well, don't answer.
Okay.
Don't answer. Let's see if the listeners get it. Matt, what you got for me, buddy?
Hey, BJ, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I was thinking, I don't know if it's the most important, but it's one of them. It's got to be, is shelter. I think that was one of the most important inventions for mankind.
Shelter. It's interesting. I guess in a way that's an invention, but isn't that what all creatures do? They just go, if you go in the sand like a clam, isn't that your shelter?
Well, we used to seek refuge in trees, and then pretty much didn't do anything for a couple million years until we started, building houses.
Yeah. Well, I suppose, again, innovation and invention, it's hard for me, So did we innovate on something that we normally had? Well, like you said, we had shelter in trees, and then we went and built houses and whatever we did. So, but, it's still, shelter's important. I'm not going to argue with you on that.
What about a microwave? Someone just texted.
Ooh, oh, nice. Definitely for me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For you and all your frozen meals.
All right. So, he's gone. Yeah. You are not. When my mother passed away, it was either my dad would give us vegetables that were in water and call it vegetable soup until the microwave came. I mean, we had the worst.
Did you at least heat the water up?
Yeah, he served it to me in a dish. It was basically water with no broth.
I'm just picturing frozen broccoli in a cup of water.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah, he was like, here you go. Here's your vegetable soup. And I'm like, Dad, it's mixed vegetables from a can. What the hell is this?
Awesome.
Yeah, and it was like, and then when he bought that microwave, I'm like, Dad, you know what? That was the smartest thing you've ever done.
We get to live, yay!
Yeah,
a lot of people are guessing the telephone.
That's the winner, ladies and gentlemen. Number 2. See, we have some smart people.
The cell phone. I mean,
that's
I think most people would say the cell phone might be the greatest invention of our generation.
Yeah. I would argue that no, it's the smartphone.
Well, that's what I mean.
Oh, well, it's because a cell phone is different than a smartphone. But
yes, I mean the flip phone.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean,
no, you're right.
At the time, we thought the flip phone was amazing, but the smartphone is for us Star Trek fans, it is a tricorder. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, yeah. The smartphone, because you got everything at your fingertips.
Yeah. It's a communicator and a tricorder together now that I think about it. It's everything I wanted from Star Trek in one device.
We have the smartphone, and yet we're still so dumb.
Hey, look at that. Deep words.
Sometimes I feel like it does make us dumber.
Mm-hmm.
You should go with the dumb phone.
All right. Why not, Steve?
Hey, Steve, did you pick up the new dumb phone?
Yes, I got the dumb phone Pro.
I got the dumbest one.
There you go.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Travis, if you're upside down in your mortgage, should you continue to make the payment?
Continuing to pay your mortgage or not is a complex decision because you're going to have to pay to live somewhere. You're going to have a housing payment. So continuing to make your house payment really depends on several factors. One is whether or not you have a second mortgage. The second one is how affordable your ongoing monthly mortgage payment is. Another issue is whether your mortgage is adjustable and you're facing an increase in your mortgage payments later on when interest rates go up. If you do have a second mortgage in this economy with the housing prices being down, oftentimes we can take off or strip off that second mortgage in a Chapter 13 case so that you'd only have the first mortgage to continue to pay.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.